Story about Manhunt 2. This is a very controversial new video game, a little scary, coming out in time for Halloween. The premise of the video game is you're escaping from an insane asylum and you are basically killing people on your way out. Now, it's got the same amount of blood and sort of violence as some other games that are out there, but there are critics who say it goes a little bit further, especially when it comes to the Nintendo Wii. For those of you who know the Wii console, it's got a lot of great games on it. It's very popular, and one of the reasons it's so popular is because it's got a unique way of interacting with it. You use the controller in a motion sensing way, so if say you're playing tennis, you would swing the controller. In this case, with Manhunt 2, if you're using the controller, you would actually be making stabbing motions into somebody's neck with a knife or a glass shard or something in the game. So that has some people worried about what this does to kids' interaction, kids' levels of adrenaline while they're playing a game like this. Now, there's no direct scientific link between violent games and acting out violent behavior. We've seen lawsuits. We've seen people who are concerned about levels of aggression with children after they play these. But this is something a little bit different than we've seen before. So Manhunt 2 is a game that's going to get a lot of scrutiny as it hits store shelves on Halloween. This is coming from a company called Rockstar Games, which many people know already, created Grand Theft Auto, another controversial line of games where you could run around in this massive world and basically do whatever you wanted to, from carjacking somebody to stealing money to performing different missions in the game. So Rockstar's had a lot of attention, a lot of controversy over the years, and this is sort of the latest chapter. Now, to do this story, I actually went down to Rockstar, talked with them. We've talked to parent groups who are concerned about this. We talked to a child behavior psychologist. We talked to the gaming industry. We talked to some gamers, just some folks we met at a gaming center and watched them play it, and a video game reviewer expert. So we've tried to sort of run the gamut with this story because anytime you do a story about a violent video game, it gets a lot of attention from both sides of the aisle. So anyway, we'll have more on that tonight on the CBS Evening News with Katie Couric.
It's banned in Britain, where the film board condemned its casual sadism and unrelenting focus on stalking and brutal slaying. But here in this country, Manhunt 2 goes on sale tomorrow. What sets this video game apart is that the player can become physically involved in the acts of violence. Rather than just pushing buttons, the player actually wields a knife, an axe, a glass shard to stab an opponent. The game has been rated M, meaning you have to be 17 to purchase one, but retailers have been known to sell to underage kids, and some of the game is already online. We talked with Jim Steyer of Common Sense Media, who said that research shows violent games can cause kids to act more aggressively and accept violence as a part of everyday life. So if you have a child who's a gamer, discourage this form of quote-unquote entertainment. Too much time playing video games is hazardous to their health, and with this latest entry, may be hazardous to the health of others too. That's a page from my notebook. I'm Katie Couric, CBS News.